Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to Live on Cue, where we talk about people, places, events, and more. Know their stories and understand valuable insights from our selected guests. Listen and watch our live video podcast together with your QCast hosts. Live on Cue, only here on QCast. This weekend on Live on Cue, architect Chris Llanes is coming back to Live on Cue in connection with the 4th GMM CPD Seminar of the United Architects of the Philippines in Qatar, December 6, 2024, Friday, 6 p.m. at the Abesk Doha Hotel and Residences. He that gets QCasters, only here on QCast. Hey, we're coming to you live from Abesk Doha Hotels and Residences. This is Live on QCast. You got me here, Francis. It's a great Friday afternoon, the 6th of December 2024. And today, as we celebrate the 4th GMM seminar and Thanksgiving from the UAP organization in Doha, Qatar, the United Architects of the Philippines, we have a special guest who will be joining Live on Q this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring up our special guest on screen, attorney, architect, Chris Llanes Cruz. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Thank you very much for having me back here in QCast. Yeah,
all right. Nice to have you back as well. And of course, our co-host for this afternoon, walang ibang aking in-house resident co-host, Ms. Ting of Ting Talk Show. Good afternoon to both of you.
Good afternoon to both of you as well.
All right. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat pala sa pagpapa-unlock sa amin for the second time around.
It's a pleasure to be here back again. It's a privilege to be with you online tonight.
Yeah. It's not every day that I go out to wear my coat. and talk to people. I usually have like a shirt only and polo shirt. Pero ngayon, we have to dress up because this is such an extravagant event, right? I tried to walk around earlier on and then nakita ko madaming tao. They're really in their best, I would say, attire for this grand celebration. It's the fourth quarter of the year 2024, and this is like the biggest event of the UAP Qatar.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Fourth GMM of the year, and we're looking forward for more GMMs by 2025.
You will definitely have it for sure. First question ko, sir. So since I was celebrating the fourth quarter and of course your Thanksgiving celebration, we have this theme which is sa likod natin. UAP Qatar's role in shaping the future of architecture. I've been trying to decipher exactly what you mean by this theme that you guys came up with in connection with this celebration. Can you tell us more about it?
Okay, so let us put it this way. Let me repeat the statement. In UAP Qatar's role in shaping the future of architecture.
Yes.
As we all know, that architecture and the other engineering disciplines trends are evolving and emerging into new trends and heights.
New heights.
Yeah. So the UAP Qatar is also looking forward for implementing the further exploration of the emerging trends katulad ng sa design. So as we all know that architects are not only solely working on or engaged in designing, we are also architects in construction supervision, project management, and even for value engineering, as we all may say. Lahat ng mga aspects na ito, nakakaroon na sila ng upgrade. And we are all aware in the latest trends of the AI as well.
So AI.
We are looking forward to utilize the AI as a very powerful tool to innovate, not to be threatened by the existence of the AI, because architects are designers, and as we usually mention on the invocation that the Lord above is the greatest architect of the
universe.
So this is where being an architect is being an optimistic.
Okay, gotcha. Christine.
Ayun. What would you say po, sir, na kaibahan yung practice nyo in being an architect here in Qatar than in the Philippines?
Actually, as was discussed on today's seminars, which is yung aming guest doon, there's the Vice President of the UAP organization also in the Philippines, na yun yung sinabi niya na yung aming parang degree we have gained from the Philippines, it was a founding aspect para tayo ay mag-perform dito sa Qatar. But basically, the difference is, the Philippines is on a tropical setting. And here, we are not on a tropical setting. So may mga adjustment, pero yung pinaka-foundation of our education and experience back home in the Philippines is considered as an advantage for us to cope up with the needs and requirements of Qatar itself during the time that we are helping out to develop this country.
I see.
Nice.
Okay. Actually, I don't know if I asked last time we spoke about the UAP celebration. I don't know if I asked this question. Sabi ko, sarili ko while coming here, gaano ba kahirap maging isang arkitekto?
As I will be giving the...
Or depende pa nag-aral ka?
So,
Yeah.
let's
It might be
say-
subjective, right?
Yes.
Could be. Okay.
Pero sabi ko nga kanina before we start the program that I mentioned one word, perseverance. Kasi maraming gustong maging architect. Recently, it was in the social media as a trend na, o pwede bang maging architect ng hindi na masyadong into this process and the sieve of all of the trainings and academics. Siyempre, being an architecture student, ang kakaibahan namin nung estudyante kami sa ibang engineering is from the first year itself ng curriculum, talagang major na.
I see.
So talagang nandito yung test of your agility.
I see.
and
You cannot
your
cut
patience.
corners, sabi nga. You
Yes,
can never
talaga.
cut corners for you to be an effective one.
Of course,
Okay.
because we are following the design standards not only in the Philippines. Sa Philippines, meron tayong tinatawag na local standards.
Okay.
Meron tayong ginagamit na international standards. Meron tayong, dito sa Qatar, meron tayong tinatawag na Qatar's construction standards, to which lahat ito ay kinakailangan nating ma-encounter, maintindihan for us to enable us to perform in compliance with the requirements of the country itself.
Is it a separate kind of certification once you come here and then you venture the industry of architecture? Do you need like a specific certification from the Qatar government?
Yes,
For you to be,
yes,
like,
we have
officially
that,
recognized.
and it was also a great challenge to
Okay.
every professional, not only in architects but in all of the engineering disciplines.
see.
We had that with the UPDA. It's the same like
I
the
see.
PRC that we had back in the Philippines, but for me, as my experience before gaining this privilege, because
I
it's a
see.
privilege, kinakailangan talaga, you need to pass the exam and comply with all requirements, which is not as easy as what we
I see.
expect. So,
Okay.
yun.
Another question I have is, the certification, is it being renewed every year? Or is it a one-time, big-time thing? Like you can be certified one time as an architect and then for the whole duration of your career, you can use it?
Yeah, I will give you two sections of this. Sa Philippines, meron tayong tinatawag na PRC, so
Professional Regulation Commission.
yeah,
Okay.
As a professional architect, meron tayong licensure exam, and once you pass that, so you will get your title as an architect. So you
Okay.
will be eligible to use the title itself and perform your task in the profession as an architect. Dito naman, meron tayong tinatawag na UPDA, yung
Okay.
MMUP. So it's the same thing. You will apply for that. You will be pre-qualified for that. You will get the confirmation that you're ready to take the exam. And once you pass that, you will have the certification or ID, and you will be eligible to perform and in the Qatar projects.
I see.
Yeah.
Can you define what UPDA means
That
for
is
those that
the
didn't know?
Urban Planning and Development Authority Authority of
I
Qatar.
see.
Yan.
Okay.
So they're the one in charge for the projects that we have here.
see.
So they're the
Okay.
one approving all of the plans.
Kung sa atin parang DPWH.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Want to say hi first to Sir Jairus Broster. Good afternoon to you. He's
Yeah.
watching right now. Thank you, sir, for the the okay sign that he posted on our comment section. By the way, another thing is kapag ba arkitekto ka, kasi I always have this confusion. Are you being labeled as an engineer as well? Or, di ba? May ganung confusion before eh.
Okay.
I don't know if you could give us like something like a more decisive way of identifying.
Or like a delineation
This is an architect?
of your
Yes,
tasks
and this is an
roles.
engineer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So actually in the engineering, it's as a degree.
Okay.
Meron kaming mga common subjects as part of the academic
I
requirement.
see.
Yan.
Pre-requirements.
Yes. In the Philippines, we are specifically called as architects.
Okay.
Kasi syempre, kahit dun sa college days namin, iba yung architecture, College of Architecture, usually combine kami sa fine arts, is more on arts and sciences.
I see.
Yan. Pero sa Middle East, since dito tinatawag nilang muhandis. It's the Arabic name for Arabic word for engineer. So lahat 'yan parang yun yung pinaka-start nung iyong title. Like muhandis for architecture, muhandis for civil, muhandis for electrical.
Engineer
So,
for architecture, engineer for
Yes.
okay, and
So dito na yun yung pinaka confusion ko the first time that I came here na engineer Chris. I'm an architect. And then
Diba?
hanggang sa na-embrace ko na yun, and then I understood the concept na yung palang nasa QID namin as architect.
yung pataka.
Yung pataka natin. Architect, engineer. Ayun. Tapos merong civil engineer. So lahat yan, because of the engineering degree na meron tayo, so yun yung kanilang classification. And that is one of the factors that differentiates us from other line of work like medical and some other industrial, something.
Okay. First of all,
Nakarami na tayo eh.
Alayo na.
It is first
I
of
just
all.
want to commend, by the way, the UAP Qatar for pulling off these kinds of events.
Yes.
Kasi I would say so that you're the most active organization right now.
Thank you very much.
And in terms of coming up with an event, talagang laging extravagant eh. Mapondo. Mapondo. Sino nagpipicture sa
Si
atin?
Architect June Texon.
Hello,
Yan.
sir. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
sir.
UAP.
All right. I think they're about to have their dinner. Anyway, mamaya maingay naman dito. Okay, another question. Do you have a question, by the way, Christine? Go
Ang
ahead.
question ko lang, since yun nga kanina sabi mo parang sabi niyo po iba, 'di ba? Dito like architect, engineer and something like that. No?
Okay.
Do your clients have different demands on you? Alam mo yun? Kasi
Yeah,
sa
yeah.
Pilipinas may mga clients that they require an engineer
Yes.
and an architect ganyan. Dito ba iba yung demands? Like apart from the sinabi niyo nga na tropical countries sa Pinas, dito hindi. Pero yung like for your clientele, is it like do you have different
Let us put it on this different perspective na the good thing that I like here, at yan medyo tumagal tayo ng konti dito sa Middle East. Yan. Kasi dito, alam ng client to whom to come to kapag meron silang requirement. Like, I want to build a bridge.
Okay.
So, this bridge specifically belongs to the structural engineers and civil engineers.
Alright.
I want to build an habitable structure. Habitable structure is, ito yung mga shelters natin, tulad ng mga bahay natin,
I
mga
see.
offices. Alam ng mga nandito na ito ay belongs to architects.
Nice.
So that's the main thing that really inspired me to push forward here. Kasi dito, though natatawag ako engineer most of the time, pero alam nila na the architectural discipline belongs to me and it's my baby.
Yeah.
Yan.
Perfect. Okay. Let's go back a bit dito sa event, sa convention, sa GMM convention happening. As I was going around, I observed meron kayong ibang mga nationalities also involved. And I was thinking prior, I thought this is gonna be a Filipino event only. Pero while walking around, I could see like, different nationalities. Ano ba exactly what's
Actually,
happening
they
here?
are product endorsers, manufacturers, and
I
at the same time, they
see.
are major sponsors of
I
this
see.
event.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not necessarily architects then.
Some of them
some
have
of
the
them are.
background,
I
some
see.
of them are into sales, and
I
some of
see.
them are into production.
So are they doing pitch right now inside?
Sorry?
Doing pitch for projects?
Yeah, it's
Kasi
about,
mayroon sales team.
Yeah.
it is related to the theme that shaping the future of
Okay.
architecture. So these guys inside are introducing to us innovative products.
see.
Yeah. So
New
I ca-
technologies,
Yes.
innovation.
So one of the products there, I told them that I encountered your product 3 years back in one of my projects, and I was looking for some innovations. Then this is the right time that I have seen the new line of the projects that you just clearly answered my question, and I don't have any further questions about it.
Perfect answer. Okay. Anyway, about this convention again, because I'm thinking, ito yung pinaka-motto niyo, di ba? Shape the future of architects. Right now in Doha, how many are we talking about in terms of headcount members niyo?
So far, we have reached now more than 500 members here.
500 members.
Wow.
500
That's all that's
architects.
accounted for.
Yeah.
Pero when you look at the actual numbers, ilan ba talaga yung arkitekto dito sa Doha?
It will be more than that
More than
because the 500 headcount is for UAP Qatar
I
membership.
see.
So there are also Filipino architects who are also working in Qatar na member ng ibang chapters. May mga members ng Philippine chapters and some other nearby GCC countries. So, but we are having the same objective of uplifting the Filipino architecture.
Okay. The reason why I ask it is you said shaping the future means to say collaboration, di ba? Is there at any point in time, would you think na yung Middle East region would somehow have like a big convention with all architects? Saudi, Dubai, UAE, Qatar, Oman. And so
We
on.
had that one. That's another organization or another management.
mother
Yes,
organization.
Meron tayong tinatawag na Middle East and North Africa.
I see. But where's the main branch for that?
Philippines pa rin. ang
Philippines
ating,
pa din.
UAP. That's why United Architect of Philippines, yung ating headquarters in Scout Rallios sa Manila.
Dito sa Middle East, wala talaga kayong
Dito,
headquarters?
distributed yon.
I see.
So, it's a standalone
I
for
see.
each of the country.
Okay.
Pero we are directly reporting to the headquarters.
I see. Okay. Another question. Pag arkitekto ka ba, since you have a different kind of approach depending on the location kung saan mo i-build yung isang bago. Philippines, for example,
Okay.
we have different soil quality.
Okay.
Right? Here, it's also different. So, do you make like necessary like massive adjustments in terms of designs and so on, or it stays as is?
Actually, there will be technical considerations
Technical
before you start the
considerations.
design.
I see.
So, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na may mga tropical settings, merong desert
Sa
settings.
atin, tropical setting sa atin.
Yun. So, we start with the collaboration. This is one of the highlights of the theme itself. Kasi important pa rin, being an architect, that you collaborate with the other engineering disciplines, enable to secure the success of the project. Katulad nga na bigay ko example kanina, soil test is very much essential so that all of the engineering disciplines involved in the project other than the architect who is leading. Actually, the architect is the one to lead the engineering team to make sure that the design is feasible and constructible. So, ito yung ikinukonsider natin. So, in case of any further adjustment, si civil engineer and structural engineer ang susuporta sa atin to make sure that our foundation is sturdy and
I
it will be.
see. Okay, so it's not just you guys. It's like a collective effort from all the
Yes,
engineering
indeed.
departments
Yes.
concerned.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Christine.
Ako na, ayan, titignan ko yung topic 1, the impact of Filipino architects on multicultural design projects. Can you state one example na kung saan meron bang Pilipino na architect na involved in some major project dito sa Qatar?
Actually,
Ang dami.
yes.
Oo. And then, I mean, like, yung talagang, hindi, kunyari, sa kung anong structures na nakita natin or something, meron ba?
Dito naman just to give you a brief that majority of this, let's say, a skyscraper na meron tayo sa Qatar. So, may mga Pilipinong involved dito sa mga companies nito. Though they were from Western countries, pero yung mga key persons nila, yung talagang mga performing teams nila, mga nagko-conceptualize ng projects, are also Filipinos. Like one of the few, yung si Zaha Hadid. So, she's a renowned architect. Yung team niya, may mga Filipino din doon. And then, some other known architects like dito sa ating National Museum, sa ating Museum of Islamic Arts also. So maybe not as the frontman, but a vital
Kasama
part of the core.
I didn't know it. Those are like huge projects.
Oo,
Nakaka-proud.
Yeah. Kasi naalala ko nung when I was in UAE, looking at the Burj Khalifa, andun yung mga pangalan eh. Kasi naghahanap talaga ako ng mga Pilipino. At marami sila. Marami sila, nakakatuwa.
Would you, well, looking at it, would you consider that the Filipinos are one of the best architects in the world?
As a Filipino,
Of course, we'll say that.
We're very proud of that.
Yeah. Well, not just you personally saying it as a Filipino, but I think we see the results.
Yes.
Why are they trusting us in the first place to do this kinds of projects? So they have this full trust to us. Kaya ganyan, to begin with. Okay? All right. I'm just trying to imagine how do your day goes inside the office. Like, give me a ratio. Where do you stay most of the time? Outdoor, indoor, on your desk, on site?
I prefer to have it, let's say, 50 and 50.
Okay.
Pero yung daily routine is like by demand. So most of the time, I have to manage my working hours, and as much as possible, I don't want to be move out of one place for some urgent items. Kasi I'm on design review, and at the same time, I'm a construction supervision consultant. So may mga time talaga that they need my advice and confirmation of the site issues. And then there are also times in the whole day na I have to deliver the project deliverables, and I'm the one reviewing and approving and sometimes rejecting and giving
So that's your current role.
Yes, that's it.
See. All right. But if you were to be given preference, would you rather stay in the office or outdoor?
For me, I want to be at site because I prefer to see whatever I have done on the paper to be physically feasible and realized on site.
Yeah, good answer.
Yes.
Yeah. If I'll be also given the same question, I'll be spending time outside para malapit yung mga karinderya. Diba? Or those kinds of necessities.
Parang ganyan yung gawain namin sa Pinas way back 2000s. Yan. Nasaan si architect? Nagmimerienda po. Pagbalik ulit, nasaan si architect?
Nagmimerienda pa rin.
Nagmimerienda po.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm so excited about the future of the Filipino architects here in Doha. And then the fact that we are being recognized as one of the top architects in the world. It really speaks volumes for your organization. And then we really hope that you would continue to do these kinds of events and conventions. Because it's also one way to level up, upskill, diba? As I don't know, I'm not really having a good grasp of what's happening inside, but most probably also give like new ideas, new tips. Do you all also do these kinds of what's this one? Upskilling?
Yeah,
Like
basically that's why we are having CPD seminars included in the event.
CPD stands for?
That is a continuous professional development.
Development. Oh, okay. Continuous professional development.
Yeah,
and
so,
how often does this happen?
It is happening every GMM. We will have these topics, at least 3 topics in this every GMM, to offer new ideas and to inspire the architects that innovation is already here and we have to embrace the future.
Oh, that's nice. I'm distracted with Joanna. She's a Toastmaster. Hello, Joanna.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for dropping by. All right. What was my question again? I got lost there.
Yung question mo before na hindi ko nasagot is about salary and hindi ko rin siya sasagutin ngayon.
Definitely, I could give a range, pero wag na. But definitely, you would not ask for anything else with the way things are progressing with your career at the moment.
For
Or you could ask even more. Right?
Yeah, hopefully. But for me, it's like the first objective has been satisfied to have an upgrade on the career, the scope of works, and the challenges. And I learned a lot from the day that I joined the current company. So, sabi nga, susunod na lang yung compensation about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was able to reset my mind to ask about upskilling.
Upskilling.
Yeah. Since you talk about CPD, the continuous professional development, you have consultants and architects as well who would conduct those kinds of trainings.
Yeah.
With whomever is having those certifications to train, or is it something that's based on personal experience?
It was based on the current
Trends.
I
see.
Okay, and then based on the professional experience, based on, as you said, we will name them all.
Yeah.
So we are selecting the best of the best resource persons that will be able to deliver to us each of the topics to make it a great enlightenment for all of the members of the UAP here in Qatar.
Let's talk about your special guests for this afternoon. Sorry, I have a bad eyesight.
Same as me.
Yeah. I forgot the names of these individuals which were invited
See,
all the way from the Philippines.
Yes,
diba?
architect. Yes.
Engineer Mark Lapita.
He's here.
Architect
He's here.
Franz F. Reyes.
She's here also.
Architect Jonathan
Yes,
Manalo.
architect Jonathan Manalad is the Area A Vice President of the UAP in the Philippines. So he was invited by our UAP
President.
Qatar chapter president, Architect Jason,
Yes.
and we are very much, let's say, privileged to have him here at all the way from Manila. Just imagine yung, sabi nga niya kanina dun sa kanyang topic that it's his first time to be here.
Oh,
But pero
okay.
maybe he works somewhere else in the GCC in the Middle East. Pero in the Qatar, he was his arrival was very warm,
I
as he
see,
said.
nice.
So thank you very much for being with us, the architect Jonathan.
I would commend Architect Jason for doing a great job.
Yeah, of course.
This year was like, no offense to those who came first. But you know, you were very visible in the industry for the past year, and then unfortunately this is the last month that he'll be the president. I don't know, you change leadership at the start of the year,
It
or
will be depending on because we usually vote.
I see,
Yeah, so
okay.
meron kaming ganyan.
I see. Yeah.
So hopefully na may mga incumbents.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can continue. At the same time, we would like to give the other architects
Yes.
the chance to continue. Yun naman yung objective natin. Whatever good thing that we have started at yung susunod na generation or susunod na individual has to continue the culture as we have discussed in the
That's
last
true.
podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Because continuity is always the reason why the old and the new is bridged together.
Yes, of course.
Diba? Okay, Miss Ting?
Ako naman, I've observed that nowadays the trend is all about sustainability. You know, like we see like sustainable buildings, lalo na sa Mushirib. And this, anong tawag natin siyang building, there's this hamburger tower dito, building dito.
Correct.
Merong isang part siya na, which I know is like, they participated in the Expo Qatar. So like, what's your the architects kasi yun yung topic number 2, o di ba?
Yung sa
What is the
sustainability.
how can you explain the architect's role in
Sustainability.
Actually, for sustainability, meron niyang mga tinatawag nating pillars. So may mga great foundation ng sustainability. But on a layman's term, yung sustainability in-incorporate natin sa design because of the climate we're into. So para ma-save natin ng environment, we save energy, we reduce pollution. So this is one of the outline of sustainability, katulad ng mga buildings na kinoconstruct natin dito sa Qatar. Meron tayong tinatawag na sustainability checklist. Yan. Yung bang, even in the toilets.
Yeah.
Okay? So yung water consumption ng toilets, meron tayong tinatawag na ratings. Kapag ang product ng sanitary fixture is working well with a lesser quantity of water, that means it complies with this one of the sustainability requirements. Katulad din ng ating mga glazing facade, katulad nito mga glass nito.
Yeah.
So a part of the sustainability requirements is to make sure that it transmits lights and it reflects light at the same time. Kasi kapag masyadong malakas yung pasok ng sunlight, medyo bright dito, pero ang magsasuffer naman dito yung ating AC unit. So the more heat it generates, the more the AC has to compensate it. So kapag naman ginawa natin siyang dim, kinakailangan naman natin dagdagan yung ilaw natin. So pag nagdagdag tayo ng light fixtures, tataas yung illumination, pero magge-generate siya ng heat, babalik ulit tayo sa AC. So
it's amazing.
We are not actually helping the environment because we are consuming much more energy. So sustainability is something that wraps it all together to make sure that it functions well at yung ating mga reserve energy and fuel is ma-workout natin to last longer.
Galing, no? Akalain mo yun, yung mga ilaw dati, hindi na natin pinag-iisipan.
I mean, it's amazing how these situations are being factored in designing. Kasi if you were to ask me, I would just see like one aspect of it. Like sasabihin ko lang, okay, gusto ko ng clear window para yung may bright light. But I never thought of having the AC to suffer about the heat. Na kailangan niyang ma-absorb, and then it would also be not sustainable for the entire building. So, may mga ganun bagay pa, no? It's amazing. That's why we have architects who would really do those things for us. And then if you were to have a house constructed for you, really consult an architect. Wag yung gagawin on your own because you're never gonna get anywhere, and most likely hindi yan magiging stable in the next few years, diba?
So I would like to take this chance to mention the slogan na sa arkitekto, sigurado.
Yeah. Correct. Let me give you a round of applause for that one. Okay. I want to say hi to Phoebe Mendoza Castillo. Sabi niya, hello, Kuya Chris.
We worked together in the project in the Pearl. Maybe that was siya na lang magsabi kung kailan niya.
Hi, Phoebe. I know her. Also to Joshua Pineda, good afternoon to you. Wow, it's almost dinner time. That's why you may hear like a bit of noise on the background. So these are all the architects here in Qatar. Probably some are salespeople from other departments as well, right? And then, gutom ka na ba, Seth?
Ayos lang. Parang mas nabubusog ako sa ating podcast.
Okay, we're near the photo booth, so most likely we'll be distracted once in a while for those people having to get a souvenir for tonight's event. It's almost nighttime, right? It's almost 7 p.m. Time flies when you're enjoying, sabi nga. What time did we start, by the way? 6:15?
Yes.
Okay, so we already had like the first 30 minutes of the podcast. We'll be here in the next 30 minutes, whether you like it or not. 2009 daw, sabi ni Phoebe.
Ayun! Kalimutan ko na.
Yeah, she invited me also, just a segue, she invited me to cover an event, but it did not manifest, unfortunately. But hopefully, matuloy natin yun, Phoebe. Okay?
Nanay ni Juan.
Yeah, Nanay ni Juan. Yeah. It's amazing. You know what? I would say that some architects are also talented. Ano ba yung talent ni Sarah?
Sample.
Fun fact,
Sabi mo last time, removing the cape at home. Ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo kapag wala kayong papel at lapis?
Yan, monologue sometimes.
Monologue. Oh.
Yeah.
Soliloquy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tapos, sometimes, pag wala akong papel at lapis, kasi most of the time I have them. You see, I have it here. Talagang naka-attach na sa akin ito. But, unfortunately, singing is not my but I play music.
Same here.
I play music, yeah.
I like microphone, but it doesn't like me.
So yung I'm into sports before, pero syempre as time goes on, sabi nga, hindi na ako player, coach na lang ako. So, yeah. And then having time with my kids and with my wife also. So, we used to go around and make sure na yung aking single very precious day off will be used well. Yan. At, ayun, discovering reading is my thing.
Wow.
At sometimes talagang seldom watching TV. seldom yeah.
You don't like the news happening in our country, probably.
Yan. Kasi they ask me why put the TV at the last part of the list. Kasi sabi ko, I'm into monitor for 10 hours, so I'm already tired for that. So the thing that I missed is doing the designs or doing something else or just sitting around, having my headphones on, listening to music.
Yeah. And it's also addicting somehow. These kinds of issues, especially if the narrative is if it's on trend, di ba? It's so addicting to the point that you'll be investing emotions as well. And you get, di ba? You get affected by it. Okay, that's actually a good thing that you remind me not to spend too much time on TV.
Yeah.
All right, especially in social media. All right. Hello, sir. Oh, mamaya kakain kami. They're having dinner right now. All the architects, by the way. You might hear a loud noise on the background. Saying hi to Julie Evangeline, proud sister here.
Oh, she's in Canada.
Oh,
right
in Canada.
now, yeah.
Hello. I would say good morning. Good morning to you guys.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
I don't know what time is it there.
I think less 5.5 hours.
So, ano, may sa mata.
Mga noon time siguro, noon time, yeah.
Happy lunchtime to you. All right. Okay. Anyway, another question. I think I asked you this one last time, but for the benefit of those who just tune in, how do you see the landscape of the UAP in the Middle East in the next 5 years?
So, now itself, yan, sabi ko nga kanina doon, ang headcount natin as per the statistics is 500 and every year ay nagpo-progress ito.
growing.
Yeah. When they are doing the raffle, I'll just wrap it up with the raffle thing. Nung tinawag yung mga winners ng raffle, 50,000 yung kanilang TRC number.
Wow.
Wow.
Which is, during my time, nandun pa kami sa 18,000. So just imagine yung growth from 18,000 to 50,000 and then let's say isolate natin yung population dito sa Qatar, which is every year talagang we're aiming to have more of transition from aspirants to professionals.
Really
That's why
nice.
we're doing all of these GMMs and all of this encouragement and all of this shaping for the future of Filipino architects.
What does GMM mean, by the way?
General Membership Meeting.
Oh, okay. It makes sense.
Yeah.
GMM. So you have a lot of jargons on that tarpaulin, by the way. I'm unable to understand. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the future of architects in Doha.
So far now, we are looking forward, as I have mentioned to you last podcast episode that we had, na meron pang plan itong Qatar as a vision of 2030.
Okay.
And we're looking forward beyond 2030 also. Itong Vision 2030 nila is gradually materializing now. So we will be expecting by 2025 some newly open and newly awarded projects. So there will be a continuation of the diversity of our experience in shaping this country.
I see.
So we're looking always forward for that. Sabi nga, may mga situations wherein being an optimistic is looking something good about the bad situation.
Yes,
So
that's
we're
right.
at that side.
Absolutely, that's true. You always see an opportunity in every situation,
Situation,
regardless
of
if
course.
it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Okay, was it in the? I'm curious. Was it in decline for like a percentage after COVID? How were things for the industry?
After
So right
COVID,
now we're recuperating. I would see it. Diba? Medyo paunti-unti tayong bumabagon ulit. Pero there's still like a lot of Filipinos and then not just siguro Filipinos, but in general na lalong-lalo na sa construction. Medyo may konting decline, right?
yeah, we have to admit that
Yeah.
there has been a decline, pero syempre life goes on.
Life
Yeah,
goes
so yung ating mga clients na nagkaroon sila ng delays dun sa delivery ng projects, and sabi nga whatever we have started, we will not be able to call it completed unless it reaches 100%.
Yes,
So
that's
we're
true.
looking forward for the continuation of all of these projects para makarecover tayo. At the same time, ma-deliver natin ito dun sa kanilang mga owners and they'll be able to pursue the objective of having profit from their capital. So yun talaga yung ating target. Though we admit that there has been a decline, pero diyan pumasok yung ating mga strategies in order to help the client to gain confidence that their projects will be completed and it will function and generate profit as expected.
I really like his answers. It's so decisive. Okay. All right. I don't have questions right now. I'm trying to think of something else.
He's really trying to think something else.
Hindi, ako naman, di ba sabi nyo nga po, your members are like 500, right? And there are other, marami pang ibang architects
Yes.
who have
Who are
not joined.
unaccounted for
Yeah,
sa
unaccounted
organization.
for. So, what would you say, like, ano yung pang-encourage nyo sa kanila
To join.
to join
Yes.
UAP? Kasi I know of some also.
Yeah.
So let us put it this way. Let us categorize them in a way na they're already architects but they're on a different chapter.
I see.
There are architects na member ng UAP Qatar chapter. Right?
Oh, alright.
There are graduates of architecture na hindi pa kumukuha ng board exam kaya hindi pa sila member ng any UAP chapter. So you need to pass the board exam and be a licensed architect before you join the organization. So doon naman sa mga, let's say, UAP members in another chapter, so meron nagiging encouragement ang UAP Qatar for them to categorize into two. Merong foster, which means that they will kumbaga, embrace and keep you as a family member, pero yung kanyang yung original membership nandun pa rin sa iyong original chapter. So dito naman kaya nga meron tayong mga kapag nagre-register tayo, meron tayong members, non-members and guests. That means the UAP Qatar is not only doing all of these functions and GMM exclusively for their members. Talagang nandiyan yung encouragement na non-members are also welcome to join at participate.
So, kasi, let me understand also, kasi, di ba, meron din kayong license sa Philippines.
Yes.
In order to maintain that, do you still need also these CPD points? Is it like,
Yeah.
nagagamit nyo ba yan sa Philippines?
Yeah, actually, it is one of the requirements prior to renewal. Kasi every 3 years yung ating renewal ng PRC license. So, meron tayong tinatawag na CPD points requirement. Yeah. So, CPD is not only exclusive for architects. As a
Yes,
nurse,
kami din.
yeah,
Kaya
as a
tinatanong
nurse,
ko rin siya.
yeah, meron sila kasi
Yeah.
as my sister Julie from Canada, she's a nurse actually.
Oh, I
so I
see.
just come to understand from her na sabi ko, yung bang mga nurse, pwede mo kayong mag-inject? Ay, no. Sabi niya, merong ibang level yan.
Oh.
So kukuha tayo ng CBD points dyan, may mga exams yan, and once certified, ayun po, pwede na kitang lagyan ng pampakalma. So, yun pala. The same way with the architects na meron tayong tinatawag na meron tayong masteral, meron tayong PhD. Ngayon, meron din tayong continuous professional development kung saan. Kasi ang isang arkitekto, we're not only restricted to design, as I mentioned earlier. Marami tayong fields of expertise and architects as experts in their own fields na kapag ikaw ay nag-level up na, so this is where you will utilize all of these CPD trainings. CPD is not just points. These are trainings. This is to uplift your career.
Was it being counted as a point or sa point system?
Yeah, we have that one.
Okay, so parang may bearing siya. So it's a must that you take it.
Yes.
I see. Okay. This discussion is so refreshing. It's opening a lot of things in my horizon na, I would say. A lot about architecture. Kasi may kaibigan din akong arkitekto, pero I've never got a chance to ask him questions about these things. And it's getting more and more interesting. But right now, we'll take a quick break. It's now 7:04. In the nighttime, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back right here on Live on Q. You guys stay where you are.
Take a break. We'll be right back.
Hey, 7:11 is our time in the nighttime. This is still Live on Q here on QCast. You got me, Francis, and of course, architect Chris Lianis Cruz and Miss Ting of Ting Talk Show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the past 50 minutes. Okay. And I think they're done with their dinner. All right. Medyo hindi na maingay, no? Right now. We apologize for the noise, the background earlier on. And right now, we'll be coming back with more questions
With more questions. Yeah.
Okay. Now, we only have like, I would say, like 10 more minutes of our time before we wrap up because I know you still have an ongoing convention. And I think this event is to end at one time, 11 p.m. tonight or 10 p.m.?
Hopefully earlier because we have work tomorrow. Yeah.
And then we haven't had our dinner, by the way. So that's also another thing. Okay. I was actually thinking when I was inside the toilet, things are coming in. In a moment of silence, I always, have questions about this. Bakit mo nga piniling maging arkitekto? And for those still wondering about their career path, especially for those having, midlife crisis in their college days, I would say, na nahihirapan sila pumili ng karera. Okay. And then maybe they have this desire to be an architect. Maybe they have a good foundation of, magaling sila mag-drawing or this is something that they envisioned once they reach college. What are the things that you could impart to them to make a more decisive decision on their part na, sige, ito na yung gugustuhin ko. Ito na yung gagawin ko.
Actually,
maging
for
architect
me, as a personal advice,
yes.
Kasi I have chosen to be an architect and to pursue architecture kasi I was torn in between fine arts and civil engineering during the time.
Okay.
So sabi ko, if I will go with the fine arts, that's my passion because I have the passion to do paintings and these things. Pero hindi pala yun yung totality ng gusto kong mangyari. So at the same time, I was inspired by my cousins na nandun sila sa engineering field. They are so-called respected as engineers. So sabi ko, I will not be able to wear that white hat if I'm not into engineering.
I see.
So, during the time na nagde-decide ako whether to go for fine arts or civil engineering, I was torn in between and I found the answers to my question na yung architecture, may arts, magdo-drawing, at the same time, pwede siyang maging engineer at the same time combined. So that was the reason why I pursued this. Pero ang sabi ko nga, and as my advice to those who are in the senior high school trying to know their course to pursue, sabi ko, you need to know first what you want. If you remember this same statement I have given you last time in the previous podcast, kasi sabi ko, you have to know what you want. Ano ba yung gusto mo? Kasi if you know what you want, and you will be able to identify when you want it. Diba? I want to be an architect. So, when you want it. I'm not sure, maybe 10 years or 20 years. So that is the time that to as a deciding factor. For me naman, ang magiging encouragement ko sa kanila is each of the individuals are unique. You have your own special talents. Siguro hindi mo pa na-explore, but on the other way around, hindi naman lahat kinakailangan mahusay mag-drawing. Pero may mga talagang interested. Yan. So may mga factors din kung saan itong mga interest nito is the one leading them to realize the true path of their careers.
Nice.
Dapat nakausap si architect bago nag-design.
Another question, sir. When was the time that you ultimately embrace it? Kasi for sure, in the first few years of your life, you may have had thoughts like, parang hindi ito para sa akin. Para sa akin yan.
Yeah.
Diba? May mga ganun pa rin tayo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is also relevant to the question I was asked about my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Okay? I'll take opportunity for this.
Yes.
Because the YouTube channel is AR for architect, and it's my name, Chris Lianes Cruz, and then there's a 2-digit number at the end. It's 98.
Okay.
98 is the year that I realized that I am into this profession. Though 98 was in the second year, finishing the second year and entering as a third year, as a junior in the architecture. So that was the time that I finally realized that kasi pag third year na, you have to decide whether you pursue it or you shift. Yes. So dito sabi ko, I'm into this. At eto na yung direksyon ko. Kung meron man akong gustong other career than being an architect, so I will have to pursue it after I reach my goal and become a full-fledged licensed architect.
May tanong ako.
Uy.
Dito tayo para magtanong eh.
Hindi, wala lang.
Go, go.
Natuwa kasi ako sa sinabi ni architect.
Yeah.
Meron bang, is there a person who influenced you the most dito sa architecture? Or meron ka bang iniidolo? Alam mo yun?
Ayun,
na
magandang
someone
tanong
na,
yun. Yeah.
na para mabuo yung, alam mo yun, yung kagustuhan niya talagang maging architect.
To solidify
Yes.
your dreams.
Let me put it this way, na nung first year pa lang kami, so shoutout ko yung ating mentor, yan, si Architect Amadeo Bernardes of Cabanatuan City. Si Architect din. Siya yung professor ko nung first year, first sem. Which is, yun yung tinatawag nating foundation. And siya yung nag-open up sa amin, sa batch namin about architecture na hindi lang ito drawing, meron tong mga ganitong gagawin, meron tong engineering, meron tong analysis, at siya yung nag-open up sa amin nung aming gateway papunta dun sa next level. So, I consider him as my first mentor in college kasi wala talaga akong idea kung ano yung architecture eh. Naghahanap lang ako ng something or a course na pwede kong gawin yung gusto ko, yung magdo-drawing, tapos pwede ko din gawin yung mga gusto ko about interest ko sa mathematics. So, though hindi naman ako sabing nag-excel as mathematician, pero nandun yung interest kasi my father was a mathematics professor.
Wow.
I see.
May
Okay.
pinagmanahan naman.
Yeah.
At yung nanay ko naman, siya naman yung mahilig mag-drawing.
Oh, okay. So
Fusion
there's some
of
there's some
talents,
sort
yes.
of domestic influence.
Yeah.
Nasa genes mo pa rin yun. It's not really
True.
about the professor because it's been with you the whole time. May ano lang, meron lang na parang convincing force.
Yeah.
Outside force na.
Outside force.
I-take mo na yan,
Yeah.
diba?
Correct.
Kasi I always believe that the environment you're in plays a big factor in identifying what you want to be in life and time. Gaya ko, as I mentioned last time, because in my family, they were part of infantry. Nasa Army, Navy, Marines. So, growing up, I really wanted to be a soldier.
Yeah.
Yun. Hindi ko pinagpatuloy. Malcolm boy ko. Pero there was this, you know, it came to a point that I really wanted to do. Kasi naging part ako ng CIT. I was an officer in high school. Nag-ROTC ako. I was an officer in college. And I thought it was my trend. And eventually, you know, things have swifted a little bit when I saw what's really happening with soldiers and, you know,
half of their life is already buried 6 feet under. Yung mga ganung sitwasyon which you could really avoid and things could happen in a snap of a finger pag andun ka sa battlefield, which sabi ko, mahal kong buhay ko. Ayoko.
And this is your
Ayoko na.
Dito ka na lang nakikipaglaban.
Ito pala yun. At least we have a way to share the information to everybody. Anyway, yung mga, lalo yung mga same passion as we have, more likely they may be lost at the moment and they want to see what they really wanted to do or to be in life in the future. At least they get some tidbits of information from you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me say hi to Phoebe. Sabi niya, if given a chance na makapag-aral ulit, ready na ako bumalik sa Archie.
Because she's an architecture student
sayang.
before. This is about what I'm about to say earlier.
see.
Pero, ayun.
Ayan. Sabi niya dati kasi hindi ako ready. Kudos sa lahat ng mga arkitekto na nakasurvive sa Archie days. We should have pursued it, Phoebe, if I were you. I mean, the doors are not closed for you. It's always an opportunity for someone to learn something new, to be certified as long as you're living, di ba? Di pa naman tayo dedo para wala ng pangarap sa buhay. And then, if I go back to history, sabi ko nga no dream is impossible to have and no age is a restriction. Isipin natin, the famous guy who built KFC.
Yes.
He started the business
81?
at 60 years
60
old.
ba? Okay.
Diba? So it's never too late. Come on. Maaga pa, okay?
Yes.
I hope you will pursue your dream in architecture. Sting.
Ayun.
Meron pa?
Meron pa. We'll maximize it, okay? Let's give like
Yes, of course.
4 more minutes. So actually we're overtime, but it's fine. Okay, no one's bothering
It's
us.
okay.
anyway.
Sanay tayo sa overtime. Saka sa overtime.
Overtime.
Yeah.
With pay.
Sometimes with pay, most of the time without pay.
I have to shout out Architect Jason. This is a paid podcast, by the way. And we have no overtime, but we're enjoying, so don't worry about it. Okay. Thank you for having us on board. Go
I'm
ahead.
wondering, ano yung pinaka naging challenge mo as an architect? I mean, personally, kanina kasi pinag-usapan natin in general, challenges for architects here. Ikaw, yung personal challenge mo when you came to Qatar, ano yung pinaka na-consider mo? And how you overcame?
Sa akin, ang naging first challenge is during my first time in Qatar. Kasi siyempre, lahat man tayo kung pumunta tayo dito, first timer tayo, medyo nangangapa talaga tayo dun sa system, dun sa procedures, and talagang kinakailangan nating magkaroon ng aspect of resourcefulness. Talagang kinakailangan, pastra ka, magbabasa ka, you try to understand what's going on para hindi ka maiwanan nung timeline. Kasi bawat isa sa atin, meron tayong timeline. And we're given kaya meron tayong tinatawag na yung period for, na-hire ka, di ba? Meron kang certain period na under probation ka.
Yes.
So for me, the greatest challenge was to catch up as much as I can during the time of probation para masabi ko at masabi ng company that you are really entitled to get this title and to get this job and you are really entrusted to pursue with the project. Sa napaka-ikli nung timeline na, tapos as a newbie, talagang nandyan, basa ako and then try to consult with some friends. Oy, ano ba ang ginawa mo nung nasa Qatar ka? Ganito yung project ko. So, hindi naman kabawasan sa isang arkitekto na mag-consult sa kapwa-arkitekto.
Yes, that's true.
Yun. That's why we are continuing up with the culture of mentoring.
Speaking of which, do you mentor nowadays?
Actually, yes, I'm proud to say that yung mga na-mentor ko before, they're already part of the UAP.
Good job.
At we are also, let's say, keeping track of the aspirants that successfully...
This is one of the, what you could say, advantages pag naging member ka ng UAP. You get mentored.
Yes, and we can, I see, it's not all about the UAP alone, but we can mentor the aspirants of every discipline or every aspect. Katulad yung dalawa, pwede ba akong magpa-mentor sa inyo?
Oh, of course, anytime.
So, it was...
It's per hour.
Yes. So, it was part of my, let's say...
advocacy ba?
Advocacy, yan.
It's
Sabi nga,
always a great feeling to share your knowledge with other people, di ba? And especially if you see them growing in their chosen profession, and then parang sasabihin mo, that's my prodigy, right? You don't have to broadcast it, but if inside your heart, you would feel the satisfaction and then the pride.
Yes, of
diba?
course.
Na yung taong to naging ganito because I was a part of it. Parang ganun.
You just reminded me about the topic today kasi
Yeah.
isa din dun yun. The question is, are you willing to share your knowledge to your subordinates or colleagues at ano ba yung magiging plus factor nito or negative impact sa'yo? So it was a very enlightening question to which na sabi nga doon ng ating resource person, resource speaker na if one teach to learn. Ibig sabihin, kapag nagturo ka, natuto siya, pero prior to your teaching to him or to her, inaaral mo din.
Yeah.
So you're learning
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time. So yun yung statement niya na if one teach to learn.
It's like a two-way process.
Yes, of course.
Although for some people, I would say, di may iwasan to eh. Kasi the moment you share something, and that person is also in the same field as yours, he or she becomes a competition.
Yes, it's
Right?
a fact. It's a fact.
It's
yeah.
it's a daunting undertaking, I would say,
Yes.
to do such thing. But it takes also a genuine heart and a passion para gawin mo yung bagay na yun. To help other people, to show generosity, even if you know that sometime in the future, baka tong tinuturuan ko, maging kasabay ko sa applications sa
Of course, it happens. It
Yeah,
happens. Yeah.
it could happen. But you know what? I admire people like that.
Yes.
Na they don't see things that way, right? And I applaud your great work, by the way, your platform sa YouTube. Sana maging progressive pa siya. I asked you this last time. Who is architect Chris without the cape? Diba?
Yeah,
I asked you last time. As our parting
Yeah,
word.
yeah. Without a cape.
Okay,
yeah.
without a cape. Go
So
ahead.
basically, I'm a father.
A father.
A husband. Yeah. And I'm a frustrated DJ.
Oh,
Pero may
that's
frustration.
maybe this could be the moment.
Frustrated bingo announcer. Pero yun. Kasi yun yung mga things that keeps me going.
Yes.
At I'm fond of reading, as I have said. At I found my passion of sharing my thoughts to others. The same way na, katulad na na-mention ko, shout out sa mga Sketch Pinoy Global members ng UAP Qatar and all over the globe. Yan. They are the ones who inspired me to pursue and continue with the advocacy of learning is sharing. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko before na I was at the beginning of my career and I needed some help and assistance from the masters. Right?
Masters.
So ito yung naging reason kung bakit ko ipinupursue yung objective and tawag dito yung ating learning is sharing advocacy kasi at least the time will come na yung next generation they have to continue what we have started. Yun.
Nice. Okay. Last na tanong ko na lang.
Last three questions now.
For how long do you see yourself doing this?
For me, since it is my passion, siguro until the last breath that I have, I will keep the aspects and the virtues of an architect. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na virtues of an architect. Yan. Sabi nga doon sa virtues of an architect, may the architect be high-minded, not arrogant but faithful, just and easy to deal with without avarice, not let his mind be occupied in receiving gifts, but let him preserve his good name with dignity.
Wow. Believe ako dun
Alam mo, itong virtues of our architect nito, isa to sa talagang challenges sa akin nung college kasi pinaparecite ito in front of the class. At ilang beses akong pinabalik ng professor, sabi niya, kulang pa. And then it was a challenge. So it is in the heart and in the mind that these are the virtues that I have to keep.
I see.
Actually, yung virtues na yun, dapat sa lahat ng tao.
Yeah, actually.
Diba?
It's something generic for
Yeah.
everybody. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, architect Chris Yanes Cruz,
Thank you very
maraming salamat, sir. It was like an eye-opener. Most of the times that we had a conversation, I have a lot of things that was absorbed right now na hindi ko siya naisip before. And then, as I've said, meron akong architectong kaibigan, but I never had a chance to ask him questions about this. So it was really a very enlightening evening na.
Yes.
Uy,
Right.
thank you
So
very
maraming
much.
salamat po sa inyong lahat. Miss Ting, anyone you want to shout out first before we close our podcast this
Ayan, of
afternoon?
course, to all the staff of Maharlika Park Restaurant, to Sky Gonzalez, Caleb Gonzalez, and Kate Flores, and everyone watching. Hi. And sa lahat ng mga UAP
Yes.
Qatar. Yes, and all over the world.
Yung mga magigiting na arkitekto, mga
Yes.
poging arkitekto, di ba?
Magigiting.
Arch, good evening. Okay, go sir. Anyone you want to shout out?
So basically, I would like to take this opportunity to shout out kasi yung founder ng UAP Qatar, nandito siya ngayon.
Yes.
Shout out
Wow.
Architect Jean Tabuso. It's nice to see you back here, sir. Yan. At though may mga chats kami, kasi Architect Jean is also a member of the group that I manage. So may mga time na nag-uusap kami, but thanks God for the opportunity that you're here safely at we wish you safe journey yung pabalik sa Pilipinas along with your family. At shout out din sa ating past presidents on the side, Architect Jomel Gomez and Architect Chris. Yan. At sa lahat ng mga members ng UAP Qatar, so I would like to take this chance to give my thanks and gratitude sa opportunity and sa continuous professional development.
All right. Maraming salamat sa inyong dalawa. Thank you for sharing this afternoon with us.
Yeah.
Live on cue, and to all the architects again of the UAP, to the president, Architect Jason. Thank you for the invite.
Architect Jason, yeah.
Yeah, he's paying me every time I'm here, which is really appreciated on my part. And then also sa mga staff ng Maharlika Park Restaurant, good afternoon. Sa lahat ng staff dito sa Best, by the way, who's been too friendly. I was looking for the location when they came up via elevator. Di ko alam kung saan pupunta, and somebody guided me. And then Kiskai, good afternoon to you. To Caleb, good afternoon. Sir Alan, good afternoon. Thank you for watching. If you are, happy birthday kay Christine Chi. Yes.
Happy birthday!
And also to June.
Yes.
They're actually having a gig tonight here at the UAP GMM convention. The fourth one and the last probably for the year, but definitely never gonna be the last year.
Yes.
They'll have more projects next year, something you have to look forward to. And for those na hindi pa nagiging part ng UIP, please get in touch with the organization. There's a lot of stuff and good things for you guys. You just have to contact them, and definitely they will help you in every way they can. Tama ba, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
of course,
okay.
indeed, 100%, 100%.
Yes.
Okay, and with that, we have to close the show. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. This has been Francis,
Architect Chris here.
And Ting of Ting Talk Show.
and this is Live on Q here on QCast. Goodbye, guys. See you again next
Bye.
time. Bye.
And that's on cue for today. See you again next time.